Weeylite K21 RGB LED light stick. First impressions.
Hello, my fellow RGB lovers, and I'm guessing that all of you love RGB, because if you didn't, why would you click on this video? So I'm speaking to my people here. As you can tell, I love the RGB. You can't get enough RGB in your life. So with that being said, in this video, we're going to be looking at these RGB LED light sticks by Weeylite K21, I believe is the model number. And before I get started, I'm just going to say that Weeylite sent me these for review, but they don't get to watch the video before I put it out, and they have no say in what I say. So this is going to be an honest review. I'm going to review these products and sort of analyze it based on the RGB I already have. So I'm going to give you an honest opinion from somebody who has a lot of RGB already going on in the studio. So with that being said, let's start off by unboxing these lights. All right, so let's open this thing up and see what comes in the box. First up, we have a USB to USB-C charging cable. Now, this doesn't come with a charging brick, so you'll have to find your own way of charging it, but there's plenty of those little chargers around. We have an instruction manual. All right, and finally, here we go. The RGB light stick looks pretty cool, and if you're into the specs, I'll put the specs on the left side here. You can pause the video and read that. I'm not huge into specs. I'm more into how does it work as a tool? Does it get in the way? Does it get out of the way? Does it allow me to create? How easy is it to use? Those are the things that are important to me as a creator. Specs are just specs, but yeah, there they are on the left if you want to check them out. And yeah, let's get to testing this light, and I'll give you my opinions on it. All right, so now we're going to continue the review. We got the lights, we got a darker situation, we have a model, and all right.
I didn't know you wanted me to come out. I'm the model.
All right, so now we're gonna test out these tube lights in a dark. They can't talk. So we're gonna test out these tube lights in a darker situation. We got our lovely model here, and I'm gonna set up a portrait shoot using just these tube lights as light source. I might have some of these LEDs in the background as you know, bokeh balls or something. Yeah, so let's test these out and see what they can do. If I take out all the blue.
Purple light.
All right, so this is what I'm doing for the light setup. I have a C stand here with one light magnetized to it. And this is gonna be like a key light kind of pointing down onto Sally's face. And then I have the second light right here attached to another C stand. And that's gonna be a bit of like an edge light. Okay, little step back. Right about there. Up here to light up your face. Let's take some photos. Cool, right?
That's so cute. I'm so cute.
And if you want to get creative, you can do some light painting. So you can drag your shutter and use a flash to freeze the action, and then you can just paint with the lights and get creative and do whatever you like. Your imagination is your only limitation. All right, so now we're gonna shoot some thumbnails for the YouTube channel. I have my video light coming from above, shooting some light down onto the table. I have a newer 660 lighting up the backdrop, and then I'm using both K21 RGB lights to light up the products. So I have a bit of a sandwich technique set up here. I have one light coming from the front to illuminate the products, one from the behind to kind of give a little edge light, and I'm using the actual the side of the Sennheiser box because it's white as a reflector to add a little fill back onto the products. And you know what, the shots came out pretty good, so you can definitely use these lights to shoot product shots, and as you'll see in a future chapter, you can also shoot some YouTube videos with these lights as well, so stay tuned. All right, and another thing I really like about the lights is if you look at the lights from this angle, I mean, number one, you'll see that there's a thread mount on both ends, so you can actually thread this to a stand to hold it up and put it on a long stand and hold it way up over your subject, which is pretty cool. But if you notice the back here, it is an hexagon shape. So you can have it on your table pointing upwards. You can have it pointing 90 degrees towards you or 45 degrees up. And if you want, you can even point it downwards to kind of diminish the light. So look at that. That is pretty cool. I like what you did there, Weeylite. That is awesome. So you could just have this pointing in any direction except down. Down is kind of, it's smooth, but yeah. So that's a really cool feature with the light. You can change the direction if you have it sitting on a table, which came in handy a couple times for me because I've shot some thumbnails for YouTube videos with these lights, and if I just want to lower the light a little bit or change the direction, just angle it downward a little bit. So that's a plus. The other thing I really like about these lights is the fact that there are 2 magnets here. 2 magnets, which is pretty awesome, and you can stick this to anything that's magnetic. For example, here I have my computer case. There is one metal screw up here and one down here on the glass case, and it'll stick to just one of the 2 screws. Like, this other magnet's not attached to anything. It's just the one magnet on the top, and it's more than enough to hold up the whole light. So that's pretty awesome. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with construction. I mean, obviously you can stick this to anything here, like my mic stand. And by the way, we are using the Sennheiser E614. This is a little like pencil condenser microphone, super cardioid. So I'm testing this out for YouTube. I think this mic might be the actual best mic for YouTube. It's awesome. It cuts out all the echo in the room, which is fantastic. So anyway, review on that will be up there. But back to magnets. You can stick these to obviously anything that's magnetic, but also if your house is drywall and studs, usually there's metal corner beads. So every corner will have like a metal strip in it to keep the wall straight. So you can take these lights and you can stick them to the corners of all your walls because there's metal behind there. Some houses, the newer houses, have plastic corner beads, but all the old ones, metal. So you can just, yeah, any corner in your house becomes a light source. And yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so if you pick up these Weeylites, I would strongly recommend picking up some of these Tiffen Pro Mist filters to go along with the lights. Now, if you're using these for photography or videography, these mist filters or halation filters, they will create a more cinematic feel to the images and videos that you create. So these are perfect to go along with these lights, and I'll show you exactly what they do right now. We're going to start off with the 1/8 Pro Mist filter, and these filters are linked down below in the description. So if you want to go check these out on Amazon, you can. So check out the lights. Look at the glow on the lights when we use the filter. Everything changes. Even my skin tone, if you watch the skin gets a little softer. My skin's not too bad, but if you're shooting somebody with a lot of wrinkles and you want to make them look more youthful, you can use these filters to even out the tones on the skin. And of course, you create this nice halation around the lights. The halation is the glow. So this is a 1/8 strength. Now let's try out the 1/2 strength, and it'll give a little more halation, a little more glow. So let's take a look at that. So this is the before and this is the after. So you can see it looks almost kind of foggy, right? And that's pretty cool. Looks like a real lightsaber now. Zoom, zoom, zoom. So yeah, if you want to use these for your photography, there you go. And you know what? Let's leave the 1/8 filter on the camera for the rest of this video. Because why not? Who doesn't like more cinematic looking lighting? All right, there it is. Okay, final chapter of this video. We're gonna finish it off with the Weeylites. We have a window over there, so we're getting a little bit of window light. And I have a bulkhead over my desk, so we're gonna stick this light up there over top of my desk as a background light, and then this is going to be the key light and illuminate my face. So hopefully we don't fall here. All right, there we go. We have the background light, and now here's the key light. I have a metal stand here. We're just gonna clip that to the stand, and there we go. We're using these Weeylites to film a YouTube video, and the lighting's not too bad, although I would bring the stand a little closer. There we go. So who are these lights for? I would say that these lights are for people like me, YouTubers, small-time content creators, small-time videographers. Like if I'm out there making a video of somebody doing a little kind of like interview or talking head bit, just for fun, I would take these lights with me. I think they would work great. You can dial in the colors and get some really good results, but I don't think they deliver enough power to be called professional lights. And obviously at the price point that they sell at, you wouldn't expect professional results. But that being said, they're very, very capable lights. As you can see here, I've got 2 lights. You know, this lighting setup works for YouTube. It doesn't look bad. If you're in a pinch and you need an accent light somewhere, I think these will work just fine. I mean, that's looking pretty good. And I mean, considering the fact that we are filming a YouTube video right now with 2 LED lights and a little bit of window light, and it looks pretty good, like, that's kind of awesome, right? So yeah, I think these lights are for people who are content creators, want to get creative. I'm sure you can even do like food photography with these if you set up your plate and then you just kind of like move the light around to create accent light or accent sunlight and that kind of thing. So I think these would be perfect for that kind of thing. So, you know, let me balance this on top of the camera. You can see now on top of the camera we have more even light on my face, whereas over here we had side lighting, so my face goes from light to dark. Although we have the window on that side, if I go to this side, we'll really go from light to dark. See, the window is kind of filling in this side, so it's not so dark on this side. But if I go to this side, same side as the window, it's dark here. But if I take this light and just balance it on top of my lens, I have the mic arm up there too, so I'm kind of using that to hold the light. But you get much more even lighting if you put the light right on top of the lens. So okay, so let me give you my final thoughts on these lights. First of all, the design is great. I love the fact that you have a hexagon on the back and you can angle the lights as you position them on the table. I love the fact that there's thread mounts on either end. I love the fact that the lights will stand on either end without falling over. So the design is really nice. It is a plastic build. I wouldn't go around dropping these because they'll probably crack. In terms of the quality of the light, this looks kind of blown out here, but in real life, it's pretty blue. And you can see on me, it creates a nice blue light, and that's great. The quality of the light, I would say, is good. It's nice and diffused. You're not going to get any weird hot spots on these lights. It's just a nice solid one color light, which is great. And I think that's a huge positive. I know if you buy some of these light strips, you'll see like individual dots of light, and if you put it beside a product or a wall, you'll see like light areas, dark areas, light areas, dark areas. And I know for me as a photographer, videographer, that kind of thing just annoys the heck out of me. So the quality of the light here, I would say, is really nice. And also the color of the light. Again, it's kind of hard to see here because everything is blown out, but it does produce a nice color, a nice even tone. Now, in terms of the colors you can create any color you want. You can actually go into the menu here on the light, go into the RGB mode and dial in exactly the color you want, or you can use the phone app, which is even easier. So if you're doing a product shoot, for example, with a company that has a very specific set of colors for their brand, you can match these colors specifically to that color, which is awesome. They even have a color picker in the app, but some colors obviously are just don't translate into RGB that well, so you might have to fiddle with it manually if you can't get the color to be exact. But yeah, in terms of picking the colors, awesome. In terms of the scenes, like, I don't know who really uses the scenes that often, but if you want the scenes, they're there. I did an intro to a video last week where I had like lightning over top of my camera as the camera came in on a slider for dramatic effect. Here it is now if you want to see it.
Canon EOS R. To update firmware and enable autofocus.
It came out pretty good. I was happy with that. I used one red light to create a little depth and then one light in lightning mode to create the lightning effect. So yeah, totally happy with that. The buttons feel good. They're a little mushy, but not too bad. I wouldn't complain. They have a little audible click, which I guess if you're doing video might be a good thing, might be a bad thing if you hear that. The on-off button, you have to hold it for a second. Oh, I have to hold it down longer. And there it goes. So it takes a second or two to turn on, which isn't a bad thing. But speaking of bad things, there's one negative with these lights, and it's the battery life. I find the battery life is about around an hour-ish. So if you're out there and you're shooting, and like for me, I like to tinker. I like to set up my shot, and then I'll get my shot, and then okay, what if I move the light here? What if I move the light here? Let's try this. Let's try this. I'm always doing different things. And it's happened to me twice where I'm working away and then the light just dies, the battery's dead. There is a way, there's a little plug here. I believe that is a USB-C, and you can plug a power bank. Well, somehow I've gone into breathing mode. There we go. And you can plug a power bank into the light and you can charge it through a power bank. Now, that's a decent option. I mean, it gives you a little more battery life when you're out in the field, you know, especially if you're shooting for a little more than an hour. And if you're shooting YouTube videos, you know, it takes like, you know, 15-20 minutes just to set up your lights, and then you're filming and then refilming and refilming, so you can run out of juice pretty fast. Yeah, power banks are good. I would love to see a version of this light that can take these Sony FN batteries. Now, if you plug them here onto the back, you might lose that magnetic ability, which is fine. If I'm out on the field and if I'm out in the field and I'm making a video, I'd love to be able to take one of these and throw it behind the couch and stick one of these batteries on here and just have it running and not worry about it. These batteries last forever. Like right now, I'm using this video light here. Let me just pop this off the camera. Just using this video light on top of my camera, and I've got one of those big batteries on there, and this lasts me about 2 months. So that's about 8 to 10 YouTube videos, and it's just there and it just goes. So I would love to see an option like that with these light sticks in the future, or maybe like a pro version. You can charge a little bit extra, and then you have a battery bank and you can just plug that in. Because the cool thing with these is you can have like 5 or 6 of these in your backpack. So if you're out there creating content and your light dies, just plug in a new battery and you're good to go. I like that a lot more than the rechargeable internal batteries. There you go. That is it. This video is over. Hopefully you enjoyed this. There's links down below in the description if you want to learn more about the lights. And with that being said, peace out. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in another video where we discuss more photography, videography stuffs. See ya.
Are you gonna introduce the lights? Hey.